Oh, so I think you probably have to, I don't know, I always see people come and have to poke some button. So once you've done that, thank you very much for your tech help. Let's come to a comfy seated position. Whatever way feels good to you. Maybe sitting up on a pillow feels good. And whichever leg you always have in front when you automatically cross your legs, just switch it. So we just get out of our patterns. So let's just inhale, bringing our shoulders up. Exhale, just letting them drop. So trying to lose the tension maybe in our necks. Going with your own breath pace. Wonderful. So now let's just open up our chest a little bit. So inhale, gently opening up your wingspan. And then exhale, maybe rounding your back, sort of stretching out your shoulder blades. So just going easy to start, just sort of waking up of everything. Seeing what your body has to say. So you're inhaling to open. Exhaling to just kind of curl in. Good. The next time you're open, bending in your elbows. And we're just going to reach up. This will be our inhale, getting your spine long. Exhale, keeping the spine long and drawing your elbows in. Nice, proud chest. So inhale, see if you can get your spine even a little bit longer. And then engaging your stomach muscles to keep your spine long. So exhale, pulling in your stomach muscles, sort of having your shoulders press down. Good. Let's keep our arms up and let's just sort of wave a little bit side to side, maybe on the exhale if this feels okay. Just getting the whole side body stretched out. Just kind of loosey-goosey with your arms. Good. And then one more, reaching up on the inhale and letting your arms just slowly float down on the exhale. All right, letting your arms be wherever they want to be. And we're just going to look down at the floor or close our eyes and just notice our breath, our nice big inhale. Maybe feeling your core waking up on the exhale, pulling those stomach muscles in. Maybe seeing if you can take in a slightly bigger inhale. Maybe feel a slightly more powerful exhale, really hugging those stomach muscles in, sort of like you're pressing out the air. Good, wonderful. So we're just going to wake up our arms a little bit more. So pressing back one hand, so palm facing back, looking away, and then having that arm come forward like you're going to shake someone's hand. Just a few of these, please. Pressing back and looking away, getting that big stretch through the shoulder. And then gently shaking a hand. Good, wonderful. Let's do the other side. So pressing back, looking the other way, and then kind of a handshake. And your head comes back for the head shake or the handshake. Good, wonderful. Let's just do a few shoulder circles with our elbows bent. Just getting everything loosened up. Maybe doing some wrist circles as we go. That's hard brain work trying to do the two at once. Good, and then shaking out those wrists. And let's come onto our hands and knees. We're going to start with some cow and cats. Remember, that's the one where inhale to arch, exhale, drawing in your stomach muscles, rounding your back. Your own breath, your own time. Good, keep on going. Good. Keep on going with your cow and cat. Wonderful. So now we're going to switch the pattern. Exhale, looking over one side, letting the opposite hip go. Inhale through center and going the other way. So just stretching out the side body, the outside of the hip. Wonderful. And then switching patterns again. So exhale, dropping one elbow, looking the other way, getting twisty. Inhale through center, exhale, going the other way. So just kind of twisting out the upper back. Good, wonderful. Coming back through center. And our new pattern is inhale to cow. And then as you exhale, rounding into your cat, also pressing back. That feels okay. So inhale, coming up, maybe just onto your hands and knees. Maybe you feel like doing the cow. Then exhale, rounding your back, pressing back, kind of like a half child's pose. So flowing with your own breath. You're feeling kind of zesty today, you can change it. So on the exhale, you're going back into a bent knees, downward dog. So that's another option if you like. Inhaling to arch and then exhaling, bent knee, downward dog. But just if that's what you feel like. Good. Wonderful. So now your choice, either coming into a child's pose, or if you feel like a more active pose, coming into your downward dog and bicycling out your legs a bit. So your choice, either a downward dog or child's pose. Just go with what your body wants to do today. And whichever one you're in, breathing deep. Wherever you are, taking a nice big inhale, just letting it go on the exhale, maybe going a little bit deeper in whatever you're in. And then making your way onto your hands and knees. So we're just in table. We're going to focus on our breath. Nice big inhale. On the exhale, really feel those stomach muscles pulling in. So on the inhale, let's just let our stomach muscles completely drop, because that gives us an opportunity on the exhale to really feel where those stomach muscles are and feel them pulling in. Good. So maybe you want to keep doing this. Maybe you want to go for the zestier option of coming onto your toes and pressing your hands into the floor. Really strong back and chest muscles, lifting your knees up off the floor. So keeping the core really engaged or keeping your knees on the floor. Either one works. Either way, you're going to feel things heating up. Few more deep breaths. On your next exhale, let's all come back into downward dog. Maybe bicycling out your legs, stretching out your hamstrings. Good. Wonderful. Now making our way back onto our hands and knees. So we have some options. We're going to do plank. So you can stay on your knees and just bring your arms forward a bit, letting your pelvis drop down, shoulders pull down. So maybe this feels like enough. Maybe this is too much. You can stay on your hands and knees if so, or you can come up, knees off the floor, strong core, feet and hands pressing into the floor. So wherever you are, maybe your knees are down and your hips are forward. Maybe you're in table still and feeling the core engaging on the exhale. Whatever you're doing, breathing deep, really feeling your stomach muscles engage. Good, wonderful. So coming back onto your hands and knees, bringing your legs wide, your knees wide. Let's come into a wide-legged child's pose, just for a nice little break. Shaking out your wrists, maybe shaking out your shoulders. Having your hips open up. And just hanging out here for a little bit. Breathing deep. Really paying attention to your breath. You probably feel on the inhale your belly expanding and down towards the floor. Maybe you can try, as you're hanging out there, to feel your back body expanding like we were doing the other day, almost like your lower back is trying to expand on the inhale. Wonderful. Making your way back up onto your hands and knees. Strong core, and we're going to lengthen out our left leg behind us with our foot flexed. So maybe this is where you want to stay, engaging your core in the exhale. Maybe on the exhale, you want to bend in the knee, then inhale, stretching it out. Maybe you want to curl in on the exhale. So choose your own adventure here, but really have your stomach muscles pulling in, especially on the exhale. Always listening to what's going on with your own body. Good, wonderful. Let's just have a seat for a moment and just shake out our wrists before we do the other side. Maybe your shoulders want to relax for a minute. Maybe your neck wants to move around a bit. And then let's come onto our hands and knees and do all that on the other side. So stretching out your legs, strong stomach muscles, maybe staying here, maybe drawing in the knee on the exhale, maybe sort of curving in. That's the third option. Good, wonderful. So we're going to eventually make our way up to standing. If your shoulders are happy doing so, we can go through downward dog and then, or just find your own way to come up to standing. If you're in downward dog, you can walk your feet towards your hands, so let things shake out a bit in your upper body, and then slowly roll up your spine, coming to standing. Just gonna move my computer. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So once you're standing, just moving in whichever way feels good. I instinctively want my hips to go back and forth, so joining me in this if you like. Be shaking out your wrists. Good. Let's plant both our feet on the mat. And let's, like we did when we were seated, inhale, open up the chest, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, drawing the arms forward, opening up the back body. Good. Good, wonderful. Now let's bend in our elbows. Inhale, reaching up, clasping your hands, and let's just do some side bends on the exhale. Inhale through center, exhale, going the other way. Good. Inhale, reaching up, exhale, arms coming down, shaking them out. Hands on your hips. Now, this is going to be a balance / hip opener. So strong core and just stepping from side to side, testing out your weight. And then when you're ready, think about which side you want to start on and then do the other one. So I instinctively want to come onto my right foot, so I'm going to make myself start on my left. And what we're going to do is that free leg, we're going to take it in a circle. So you're having to balance and just doing a gentle opening up of your hip. That might be a fun thing to do today. Just whenever you feel like doing something with your right hand, try and do it with your left hand. Or if you're left-handed, vice versa, just shake things up. Or frustrate yourself, one or the other. Good, putting that leg back down and then switching to the other side, opening up the hip. Good, wonderful, shaking that leg out. So now we're going to open up our legs, kind of like we're a duck. Our hips and knees and feet are all kind of pointing at maybe 2 o'clock and 11 o'clock if this is 12. So let's get nice and tall on our spine, inhaling and then exhaling, bending our knees, feeling a lot going on in the legs. Inhale, coming up. So keeping your spine long and just glancing down. Your knees want to be kind of on the same, pointing the same direction as the toe next to your big toe. Good. And if this doesn't feel good for your knees, just don't do it. Fine, you guys are yogis, you can do something that feels better. If you like, let's bring our elbows in, nice open chest. And then inhale, reaching up with our arms. Exhale, nice long spine, strong stomach. But if you're feeling zesty today, stay deep in it. If this works for you, maybe just little pulses. Otherwise, stick with the other pattern. So just little pulses. Wow, feeling the thighs getting quite warm. Man, oh man. Good. And then inhale, reaching up. Let's clasp our hands and just do some gentle side bends. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, just not a huge side bend. Just trying to feel that lengthening up the whole side body. Good. Inhale, big reach up. Exhale, letting the arms come on down, shaking them out. Good. So bringing your feet to point back towards center. I think what would feel nice after shaking out our quads is coming into a lunge. So your feet, just kind of a normal lunge where your feet are facing more or less the same position or same direction. Your front knee is bent and that knee is over your ankle and your back leg is straight. So let's maybe put our hands on our hips. Our hips should be more or less square. Feel your stomach muscles pulling in on the exhale. Let's inhale to gently reach up if you're feeling balanced. Exhale, arms slowly coming back down, maybe reaching back a bit. So really strong stomach muscles, and your feet are pressing into the floor. Wonderful. The next inhale, leaving your arms up here. Then exhale, bending your elbows. Good. And then inhale, let's open up the chest. So we're just going to hang out here for a moment or two. Just stretching, but not overdoing it in your shoulders. Just maybe feeling that nice lengthening across the chest, kind of the front of the shoulders, down into the arms. Just seeing how this feels. Good. Another big inhale. Then as you exhale, open up your arms and then slowly drawing them forward. Give yourself a pat on the back. Oh, and letting the arms drop, shaking them out. Back leg, bending that knee, And then hopping it forward till you get your legs together. And then let's just do some hip circles. Good, and back around the other way. Good, hooray. So now other leg going back, if you can remember. Coming into a lunge with a strong stomach. So both feet are pressing into the floor and they're kind of, your toes are facing the same direction. Hands on your hips while you get set up. And on the exhale, really feel the stomach muscles pulling in, helping your spine stay long. And then let's inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, gently having them come down, palms facing in, maybe reaching back a bit. Just seeing what your arms feel like. Good. The next time you inhale, let's leave our arms up. Then exhale, bending your elbows, palms facing forward. Inhale, pulling your elbows back a bit, kind of opening up your chest, maybe looking upwards. So we're just trying to feel a big opening through the chest. Kind of the opposite of typing on a computer sort of feeling. Good. So breathing deep, we want to stretch out without kind of scaring the horses. We don't want to overdo it. We just want to get things opening up. Good. One more big inhale. And then exhale, lengthening out those arms, gently drawing them forward, giving yourself a hug and a pat on the back. Lovely. Arms just shaking out by your sides, bending your back knee, hopping things forward. Check the time. And let's come on down to the floor after you've shaken everything out as you like. So we're going to come onto our backs, please. So once you get there, if you're there before me, just doing whatever feels good. May I suggest hugging in your knees and rolling side to side. Wonderful. So now let's lengthen out our whole body for a full body stretch. Reaching your arms overhead if that feels okay. Sort of pointing and flexing your toes or taking them in a circle, just feeling a big old stretch out. Take a nice big inhale, and then as you exhale, walk your knees in and just pull them in. Doing the opposite. Wonderful. So now we're going to put our feet down on the floor and our hips are rooted. And let's see, it's going to, you're attached, so it's kind of impossible, but see if you can walk your shoulders further away from your hips. I know, just to lengthen out your spine a little bit. Okay, so our weight is on our hips and our upper back, not our lower back. Our lower back is not getting squished into the floor. So to get into that Pilates feeling, we're going to engage our pelvic floor. Feel like it's pulling upward. Feel your stomach muscles pulling in. Feel like you've got a belt on either side. It's like your hip bones are trying to like come towards one another. Hands alongside your hips, palms facing in, and try and sort of squeeze your arms in so you feel your chest and your lats waking up. So staying here, if you like, on the exhale, powerfully feeling everything coming in. Or if you like on the exhale and your neck agrees, kind of rolling up, your shoulders and head off the floor, and then inhale, rolling back down. So your choice, both work. If your neck starts to freak out, take breaks and then try again. Okay, just a few more. And then when you're ready, if your shoulders are bugging you, you can just have your hands down on the floor. If your shoulders are happy, keeping your arms up off the air or off the floor. And we're going to change the pattern to exhale, drawing a knee in, same knee, going back down, then same knee, exhale, drawing in. So you're feeling your stomach muscles doing the work, contracting to draw that knee in, especially in the lower core. If this is too much for your arms, just put them down on the floor. It's the lower core we really want to feel contracting on the exhale as you're pulling that knee in. Good, keeping your stomach engaged, then switching legs. Really bringing your brain to your core and the sensation on the exhale, that sort of contracting. Good, wonderful. Putting your foot back down on the floor, bringing your hands behind your head if that feels okay. This is your inhale, and as you exhale, try just a gentle twist towards your shoulder to opposite knee, and then inhale, coming down. You don't really have to move your elbows. It's more just your core is twisting slightly to draw yourself up in a different way. And you don't have to go far, but go nice and slow. The slower you go, the more controlled, the more you get out of it. If you feel like it, you could draw opposite knee towards opposite shoulder if that feels okay. Good, wonderful. Let's let everything lengthen out. Letting your back arch a bit, just letting that whole front body stretch out. Get a few deep breaths. Good, and walk your knees back up, bringing your hands alongside your hips, and we're going to engage the glutes, so having your heels a little bit closer to your hips, palms down alongside your body. So just come back to that Pilates feeling of the Pilates pillar where everything is tightening up through the core, the pelvic floor is pulling up. And then when you're ready, let's inhale, engaging the glutes, pressing our feet into the floor to lift our pelvis up. And then exhale, keeping the stomach pretty strong, slowly lowering down. So exhale, coming up. Inhale, slowly lowering down like you're resisting the floor. Good, wonderful. Now just for a moment or two, crossing over one leg and just hugging those legs in, maybe rocking if you're a fan of that. Just we want to stretch out the glute and the side of the leg a little bit. Wonderful. And switching legs, please. Wonderful. Feet back down on the floor. I want you to open up your arms so your palms are facing up. Your arms are extended at shoulder height, and just kind of gently shake out your shoulders a teeny bit, just getting them loosey-goosey. Taking a nice big inhale, and then just letting your arms and shoulders be heavy. Just feel like they're, weighted down, letting all those muscles through your chest relax, your upper back relax. Just really let your arms completely get heavy so you can't make them like lead. And then shifting your hips slightly one way, letting your knees maybe fall the other way if that feels okay. So we're coming into some sort of a twist, but having your focus on a really melty upper body, shoulders just melting into the floor. So if having your knees go one way starts to lift a shoulder up, just do it less, or not at all. Like just go with whatever is going to be good for your shoulders in case you're shuttling today. Once you're there, breathing deep. Without disturbing your shoulders and arms, just bring your legs back through center. Maybe a little bit of windshield wipers just to get kind of untwisted from that side. And that's another option. If you don't want to do the twist, you can just do windshield wipers. Whatever keeps your shoulders melty. And if you wish, shifting your hips the other way to let your legs flop over in the other direction. Letting things melt on the exhale. Letting your knees come back through center. Maybe letting them just windshield wiper side to side if that feels good. And then do whatever last little stretches your body wants to do, going into just kind of automatic pilot for a moment or two. It's always interesting to see what people do, because then I'm like, oh, we didn't do enough of that thing. Good. So just stretching out in whatever final way you want before Shavasana. And then when you're ready, lengthening out your legs, letting your arms flop open. And just notice the parts of your body that are touching the floor, feeling supported. Nice, big, gentle inhale. And as you exhale, feel like you're relaxing, melting into that support of the floor. If you have time, please stay in Shavasana, just breathing deep, letting your mind wander. If you need to get out shuffling, start to move your body, deepening your breath. And when you're ready, rolling onto whichever side works for your body. Resting there for a moment and then slowly coming up to seated. Inhale to feel your spine really long. Maybe just staring at the floor or closing your eyes and just taking a few more deep breaths. Remembering some really nice, helpful thought. And namaste. I'm going to just stop the recording.